Chris Rainey. Watch him blow right down the lane for the lay-in, and North stayed tough with Cretin. Time running out now in the first half. Cretin's Tim Rozga will drain the three, and the Raiders led by a point at the half. In the fourth quarter, though, North takes over. Nice bounce pass by Lockhart to Jabbar Washington, 36-35 North. Then this hoop by Cretin's Brendan Howley cuts North lead to 1, but that's as close as they would get. This breakaway slam coming up here by Jabbar Washington would ice it for the Polars with the exclamation point. They win it 51-48. Afterwards, Coach Robin Ingram knew it wouldn't be easy against Cretin.
Well, going into the game, I know we're going to be in for a long night. You know, we beat Cretin twice, and both games were hard fought. You know, they both went down to the wire, and you know, this is their chance to knock us off. You know, and they came out ready to play. They caught us kind of off guard.
We were kind of sluggish. We had a kind of unusual day. We were running late. We weren't real focused. Hey, but we still played well in the second half, though. We knew the game was going to be close, but we didn't think it was going to be this close. You know, we came out kind of like overexcited. You know what I'm saying? We weren't to play up to our capability. We had a lack of patience tonight, and that's why the game was so close.
It took us a long time to get started, but we finally got it rolling in the fourth quarter.
Now late tonight, New London Spicer against Duluth East. The Greyhounds' Andy Stroman nails the jumper here. Then Mike Voigt will show some nice ball handling. His shot won't go, but Josh Quigley, he's the big man for the Greyhounds, battles for the rebound, gets it again, and finally is able to lay it in. Quigley would have a big night. Now the Greyhounds again very hard on the boards, get the rebound and outlet, and Quigley is there to recover and score. Here it's Andy Stroman, then gets the loose ball, but Quigley is there. He'll pick up the ball, and he'll get the basket as well. You get the idea here. Quigley had a huge night for Duluth East, 25 points, 9 rebounds. East wins at 61-45. They will now face Minneapolis North tomorrow night. Well, the afternoon session brought out the first David versus Goliath matchup of the Sweet 16 when Class AA Lakeville faced Staples Motley of Class A. And Staples Motley showed them that they definitely belong in this tournament as they got off to a great start. Blair Yeager would be the story of this game. Here he drains the three to put the Cardinals up 7-3. More Yeager as he'll drain yet another three. 12-5, Staples Motley leads. Now you want to see more Yeager? Another three. He went 5 for 5 in the first quarter, 25-14 Staples. Lakeville would have a little run in the second. Albert Shepard with the finish here. That cuts Staples Motley lead to 4, 35-31. In the third, it was more of the same, though, for Staples. Here, it's Yeager leading the break and finishes with the finger roll. 31 points for Yeager. Staples Motley built up a 21-point lead at the end of the third quarter. The Cardinals would coast the rest of the way, and they get the win. 82-65 the final. Lakeville knocked off by Staples Motley. Afterwards, senior guard Blaine Yeager and coach Lynn Peterson were pumped up and ready for the pressure ahead in the next round.
We were ready because we knew that we didn't play real great yesterday, so everybody wanted to come out. We wanted to play a lot better. In the locker room before the game, guys were pumped up. We stayed pumped up throughout halftime and came out in the second half and played really well. We carried that through the whole game, and that was really nice. Nice to see from the other players, and we did well.
Well, it was a great effort. You know, our kids played very well. We handled the pressure well. You know, we really didn't have too many breakdowns where they were able to make some runs. They made a run toward the end of the half. I think got within 3, and then we knocked down the last 4 or 5 points. That was big for us. Started out a little bit in the slow of the third quarter, but then we came back at it and just seemed like we just kind of had control of our tempo and our confidence the entire ball game.
In the other matchup, it was St. Agnes, the defending state champs, against Chisholm. St. Agnes early ahead, Larry Cobb with the steal, and the Circus moved to get the hoop and the foul, 10-3 St. Agnes. The Aggies increased their lead in the second quarter as they led by 8. Lloyd drains the 3 here, and it was 29-21 at the half, but Chisholm made a comeback in the second half. Watch the play here. Young finds wide open Chad Trembath, 36-34 Aggies. St. Agnes would pull further ahead, but the Blue Streaks would not give up. Here, Paul Cicchetti drains the 3 and makes it a 5 3-point game in favor of the Aggies. St. Agnes up by 3, 40 seconds left, but it's Paul Cicchetti for the Blue Streaks draining the 3, sending this one into overtime. Now, late in overtime, the game is tied at 56. Look at the battle underneath. Chisholm gets 3 cracks at it. Finally, Chad Trembath gets it to fall. Amazing comeback by just a point, 58, or check that, by just a bucket, 58-56. Afterwards, Chisholm coach Bob McDonald said the key to the game was getting last possession in overtime.
I thought it was an even-up game is what it was, and then whoever has the ball they had the ball so many times what I thought was the last time, but they never capitalized on it, and we happened to have it that one time, and we did. It's all a matter of not strategy, but sure, witlessness will take you someplace sometime, and that, I guess, was it. Little schools and big schools don't bother me. It's the size of the players on the court, the talent bothers me. You know, we get into that all the time with this Sweet 16. You know, and I'm not a proponent of the Sweet 16 in any way. I have you realize that. I'm just here for competition. I enjoy it. But again, it doesn't make any difference who we play. We try to do the best job we can and see what comes off at the end.
Bob McDonald certainly has had a great career at Chisholm, and he's been in battles before with those AA schools. Well, still to come, a quick break here now, but there's plenty more to come on Minnesota SPTV, including more Sweet 16 action. But this is from the NCAA men's and women's tournament. Back with more in a moment.
SPTV is brought to you in part by your Heartland Chevy Geo dealer and by US West.
Virtual reality has brought Sydney Bloom's wildest fantasies to life.
Who sent you?
I don't remember.
But this Friday,
These 5 guys died in VR.
it'll unleash her darkest fears.
Don't follow me. You won't like what you find.
A brand new VR 5. Then, it's been sleeping for thousands of years.
What the hell is that?
But this Friday, it will be wide awake. The X-Files. Don't miss the best back-to-back hours in prime time Friday.
This is the all-new Geo Metro, loaded with big car features like 2 airbags and great gas mileage, but with a very tiny price. Now this